The technology that I'm utilizing for the technology lesson demonstration assignment is a website called Blookit. Blookit is a game-based educational website. Blookit is fairly new. It was released in 2018, so within the last 5 years, this has come to fruition. This isn't something that I've ever used in my classroom. I've just heard students talking a lot about it, and they really seem to enjoy it, so I figured I'd take a look into it for the purpose of this assignment. As you can see here, this says My Sets. So what this does is it allows you to create questions and it allows you to implement those into a game format for your students to learn, practice, and review content. There's a solo game thing where kids and students can play games by themselves, and it's just they're trying to get the content correct to progress in levels. And there's also, you see this host button right here. This is what I'm going to be focusing my lesson on. This is a competitive student versus student type game thing right here. Both of these have an array of games that you can choose from to meet the needs of all your students. Solo more than host. But so the lesson that I'm going to be incorporating this in is into my learning and identifying note names on the treble staff lesson. Normally for this lesson, what I do is I just put it up on a whiteboard with music staff on it and students identify it on a piece of paper. Putting it in a format like this is going to allow students to learn the content in an engaging way, and it should allow them to have fun with the content, and in return, they'll retain more content. The game that I'm going to be using is a game called Gold Rush. What that is students have to answer questions correctly, and when they answer questions correctly, they get to choose from 3 chests, and it's either they gain gold, steal gold, or lose gold. The objectives of this is for my students to be able to, when they see notes on a piece of music, that they know what the notes are and able to identify it. So I'm going to go ahead and go here, and I'm going to go to the host thing. So I click host. Remember, the game I'm using is Gold Rush. I also have a friend here with me. They're going to join on their phone just to show you that people can join on their phone, and they're going to kind of play along. So make sure you select Gold Quest, and then you're going to click Host Game. I'm going to join on my laptop as well so you can see what that looks like from the student's point of view. So you have your time, you have all your settings. We're just going to click Host now. So the QR code will be scanned with the phone. I'm going to go ahead and join like I'm a student. Your students will be utilizing any technology that they're allowed to use. So anything that is provided to them, they will use. So they'll go to that playblookit.com, and they will type in this code right here. So you can see my friend joined. My friend is Hi. So students will input the game ID. Nickname, we'll just say you. That is what we'll do for the nickname. So once you join in here, you can pick a little avatar. So I'm going to pick this avatar, and it says waiting for host. So we go back here, use the host, you're going to click start. So the directions are popping up right here. What you're going to see for your students is that your student screen say look up at your host screen. So take gold from others. So this is your host screen. So you get to see everything that's going on. This is what the students see. So they'll see this picture and this question. They'll go ahead and they'll click the answer. So I got it correct, so I get to choose a chest. Choose here. I got 40 gold. And you just keep going. Students go at their own pace. Let's show you what happens when you get something wrong. When you get something wrong, you can't answer for a second. You have to wait. You get something right, you get to get some more gold. So what the host site looks like is this. You see how much gold is had, what is happening, and everything. You can also end it. As you can see, I got more gold. You can also end. You click end now, and when it ends, it'll tell you the final standings, and you can play again as the student. This is what you see as the teacher, and then you get prizes and stuff, and you get your accuracy. This is really great to implement into a classroom because it's going to allow my students to have a fun, interactive way to learn the notes on the treble staff rather than me just putting it on the board and going back and forth and repetitive. This puts a fun spin to it and allows students to really immerse themselves in the learning, and it pits your students together against one another in a really fun, competitive, but a healthy, fun, competitive way.